Hey guys, Dr. Josh Axe here. Welcome to the show. Each and every week we dive deep into the science and principles behind how you can experience a health breakthrough physically, mentally, and spiritually. And today we're talking about one of your body's most important organ systems. And this is important for everybody. Whether you're looking to reverse autoimmune disease or promote longevity or help even counsel someone else in their health, you have an organ system. By the way, it's not just an organ. It's actually a community, an army of microbes that are working for you in this system. And this system is important for everything from reversing Hashimoto's to fighting cancer, to helping you prevent long COVID or reversing long COVID. Almost every health condition you can imagine is tied to this system and this organ system within the body, and it is your gut microbiome. And today I'm going to be walking through the things destroying your gut microbiome. Many of these things are very surprising. And I'll be going through the top diet, herbs, and lifestyle medicine tips that can help you heal your gut for good, experience breakthrough, and so many more surprising things on today's show. Before I dive in though, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the link in the show notes to subscribe to my weekly wellness newsletter to get my top tips for natural healing delivered straight to your inbox. Now, I do want to start off saying this is not something I share often, but I had leaky gut and a major gut microbiome issue my first 2 years when I was running my medical practice. I ran a functional medicine practice in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was working so many hours a week and probably close to 60 to 70. And I remember getting to the point to where all of a sudden I started having some digestive issues. I started having bloating. I started having some loose stool, some skin issues. And I thought, what's going on here? I thought I was eating perfectly. And I ran into a Chinese medicine doctor who had told me, you're having a gut issue and it's due to stress. And I started to learn more and more about how to get to the root of my issues and heal my gut. And I was able to completely reverse my gut microbiome issues and leaky gut in about, I'd say 30 to 90 days. And then I went and wrote a book on the topic. It was a best-selling book nationally called Eat Dirt. And in this book, I went through the top steps to help heal leaky gut. And this was something then I did in my practice, and I helped tens of thousands of patients reverse autoimmune disease, leaky gut issues, and a number of other health problems. And part of it was due to me learning how to heal my own gut. And I have so much of a heart for people that are dealing with these gut issues. One of my best friends, Jordan Rubin, had ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, lost 90 pounds and was in a wheelchair. He almost died due to his gut health. And his life was saved when he learned about a diet and lifestyle practices that could help heal his gut. I'll share some of that as well today. But I do want to step here and also say this. If you've got a gut issue, that doesn't just mean you're going to have gut symptoms. So for instance, you think of gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, some sort of gut issue if you have leaky gut or a microbiome issue. It's not just that. You might have a gut issue and your only symptom is autoimmune disease or chronic pain or hypothyroidism. Those all start in the gut. And most people tend to think, well, hey, if I've got an issue, if I've got a thyroid diagnosis, if I have a liver diagnosis, if I have a brain diagnosis like Alzheimer's, those issues are those organs malfunctioning. No, it tends to be that there's a gut issue, which then affects that organ system. And so the reality is almost no matter what you're struggling with, the first area of your body that's affected is your gut. Now, I do want to mention there is another system that tends to be affected just as much, and that is your nervous system or your neuroendocrine system. And so I think there are really two main hormones that are impacted for most people causing their disease issues. The first thing is your nervous system, which then tends to cause cortisol release, which is then your hormonal system, your neuroendocrine system. That tends to be related to cortisol. And the other one is your gut, which tends to be related to insulin release, and that's poor diet. But if you have a medical issue, rather than running to whatever organ or disease you're diagnosed with first, you tend to need to focus on your gut or your neuroendocrine system if you want to get to the root of the problem. Now, back to the gut. Your gut houses approximately 70% of your immune system, and a large portion of your immune cells reside in what's called your GALT, G-A-L-T, that stands for gut-associated lymphoid tissue, which helps your body fight off pathogens and infections. And this gut is home to around 30 to 100 trillion microbes. Now, that's around double to 10 times more bacteria than human cells in your body, most likely. And these microbes play a role in digestion, metabolism, immune regulation, even mood. In fact, I was reading a recent medical study that said probably one of the top supplements you can take or foods you can eat to support weight loss and reaching your ideal body composition, so being more lean and fit, is taking a probiotic supplement or eating more probiotic foods, because your gut is responsible for absorbing nutrients. It's responsible for converting things in your body. It's responsible for creating certain nutrients that stoke your metabolism. And so keeping your gut healthy is crucial for everything from longevity to even fighting cancer to things like weight loss. Now, here are some other important facts about your gut. Your gut microbiome contains over 1,000 different species of bacteria and microbes. So now, listen, it's not just bacteria as well. I do want to mention this. It's bacteria, it's viruses, it's parasites, it's yeast, it's fungi. So your body or your gut is just beaming with different types of microbes which actually help you survive. They help you adapt to your environment. And some of these microbes and bacteria are known as probiotics, while others are harmful. Those are they're known as pathogenic microbes. And you really want to have a balance in your body. What happens is if you don't have enough good bacteria like probiotics, the bad take over. And that's where you get things like candida. And that's when you start to have inflammation throughout your gut, which then causes inflammation throughout your body. And so you really want to make sure that your microbe is balanced. We're seeing this with more and more research today, that when people are dealing with health issues, it's a gut issue, not an organ issue, or another organ, as I mentioned, like a thyroid or a liver or or even your reproductive organs. Now, I want to go through, though, the biggest signs of poor gut health that people are ignoring today. If you're dealing with issues like bloating, brain fog, food sensitivity, skin issues, fatigue, autoimmune conditions, these tend to be related to poor gut health. Even chronic pain like rheumatoid arthritis, that's an autoimmune disease to where the body is getting in a cycle of inflammation that starts in the gut, which then is affecting your joints. Now, I do want to go through some other signs, though, that tend to be maybe less gut-related in a minute. Now, I want to hit more on the gut-related for just a few, and then we'll get into, hey, this is a gut issue, but they're not gut symptoms. So here are signs. Number one sign you've got a gut issue, again, are digestive issues. It's bloating, it's gas, it's diarrhea, it's constipation. In addition, though, food sensitivities, reactions to gluten, dairy, or other foods. Nutrient deficiencies, such as poor absorption of vitamin B12, iron, and magnesium. And then chronic inflammation, joint pain, muscle aches, swelling. Here's another big one, brain fog. If you're dealing with brain fog issues, it almost always starts in the gut. This could be trouble focusing, memory issues, mental fatigue. Those are some of the biggest signs of brain fog. Skin issues, eczema, acne, rosacea, rashes, psoriasis. Autoimmune conditions like Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus. Mood disorders like anxiety, depression, and irritability. Here's some more. Frequent infections such as weak immune system, recurring colds, or Lyme disease, mold toxicity, Epstein-Barr. These are all signs of long COVID. Fatigue, sugar cravings, headaches. These are all warning signs that you have a gut issue. Now, I want to answer a question that I get frequently. Somebody just asked me this week. They said, Dr. Axe, how long does it take to heal the gut? The truth is it varies. Now, I've had many people where we've completely reversed their gut issues in just 30 days if they follow the exact right diet, their exact right treatment protocol, which we'll get into at the end here. But others may even take months to years if they've done a lot of damage to their gut. And again, there are a lot of factors in terms of how much of a transformation are you going to make? Are you taking all the right nutrients? There's also lifestyle factors. There's no doubt that stress really damages our gut as much as diet does. I want to give you an example of this. I've taken care of thousands of patients with inflammatory bowel disease. like IBS. And what will cause them to have an IBS flare